All right, I wanted to talk about the two books that have really changed my outlook on my personal finances and improved them dramatically. The two books are Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey and The Truth About Money by Ric Edelman. And I wish I'd read these books 10 years ago or even earlier, possibly in high school. They helped me understand money much better. They also improved my relationship with money in terms of discipline, addressing my fears, teaching me to value money, and also addressing my attitude towards money. And it helped me also have confidence in taking control over my finances and giving me the confidence to make decisions when they need to be made and sitting tight when I need to sit tight. None of the information in either one of these books are groundbreaking, nothing super novel, but just having them there printed in a reliable format from a couple of experts in the field really gave me the confidence to do the right thing with my finances. I would say I started with Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover, and then I moved on to Ric Edelman's The Truth About Money. And I got lucky that I read them in that order, but that's the order I think they should be read in. Dave Ramsey's is a little bit more basic about how to get out of debt. Ric Edelman's is more about a little bit more advanced, comparing investment vehicles and how to do that. Dave Ramsey really helps you make money not your enemy, make you stop working for your money and get to a point where you're at least break even. And then Ric Edelman takes you to the next step where it makes your money your friend and makes the money work for you. And so what I got out of Dave Ramsey's book is basically solid advice. It's, I think, one of the best places to start. It helps give you the confidence and the steps to get out of debt. I had a bunch of student loans and a bunch of credit card debt, and trying to address it, I knew I had to and I knew I was supposed to, but every time I tried to task myself with addressing it, it would just seem like such a daunting task that it was basically impossible to address based on my income, that I just literally never did anything until I read that book. And that's what really helped me in terms of earning allocation. And what it's basically every time I earned a paycheck, what percents for what to go where. It helped me really cut down on my spending. It also helped me chip away at my debt to eventually where it was pretty close to gone. And then I was able to change my earning allocation to put a larger percentage into investment. And what I call that is the hierarchy of settlement. So every time I earn a paycheck, I figure out what percent should go where. And when I first started out, I was absolutely putting no percent of that into investments. And then now I'm close to where I can afford to put sometimes even up to 50% of my paycheck earnings into investments. And that's even after maximally contributing to retirement and all the other things. And so that's what I call the hierarchy of settlement, is there are certain things you have to take care of before you can start investing. And then depending on everybody's going to be different depending how you want to make your own hierarchy of settlements. You may want to have fun, before investing or after investing, and it gives you a plan to go by. And Dave Ramsey's book really helped me with that and really helped me make a plan and give me the confidence to do that and stick to it. And so then, as I mentioned, I started to be able to put away more in terms of investments. And that's where I really think Ric Edelman's book picks up where Dave Ramsey's book leaves off. The Truth About Money really is a little bit more advanced, and it goes into using money as a wealth building tool. And then Ric Edelman's book goes through all the different investing vehicles, the pros and cons of each one, such as bonds, stocks, mutual funds, ETFs, real estate. He also has good amount of the book dedicated to life planning and financial life planning and how to think about money and its relationship through retirement and even beyond, and even inheritance to your children. And so this also is another book that gave me a lot of confidence in investing, because it taught me historically how markets typically do, what the difference between having money sitting in a checking account versus money being invested, and it really fixed my attitude towards not looking at the markets day to day, but really looking at the big picture of where will my money be, when will I need it in 10, 15, 20 years, and to really have the confidence and guts in down markets to just not touch it. In addition, it also helped me get disciplined to consistently put away money every paycheck, and they call it dollar cost averaging, but he has a whole section in why it's good to make a plan, stick to it, and always be consistent, even in down markets and up markets. One thing I think he addresses that I never thought about before I read this book is what happens to money when it's not invested. And so when I leave money in a checking or savings account, he really lays it out in an easy to digest manner to show that when I leave $100 in a checking account, I'm actually losing purchasing power on that over time because of loss in potential earnings from either interest and loss in purchasing power over time from inflation. And that was never super apparent to me, and I really have a different attitude and outlook on money that's not being invested and just sitting there. So this book really helped put a lot of my fears to rest about investing and surrounding investing, and helped me develop a plan to invest with a long-term view in mind. And really this book hits home where it shows the power of money over time with compounding and having a forward-thinking attitude towards money with the future in mind. These two books were probably the best $40 I've ever spent. And again, this is not novel information. It's not groundbreaking information. Both of these books are probably a little dated. Edelman's book was released in 2010. Dave Ramsey's, I'm not sure. But the basics are sound, and earlier is better. Starting earlier and having this information earlier is better. It definitely gave me the confidence to take a hold of my personal finances, have a good relationship with money and my finances, and it gave me the confidence to make financial decisions when they needed to be made, and help me stick to a plan that I developed after reading these books. I really think these books should, or at least these topics should be taught to everybody as early as possible. The reason I think it should be taught as early as possible, as early as high school, is because after high school, we're taught to go either into the workforce or go into debt and get an education. The impact of those financial decisions stay with us for years and years, all the way into the future, sometimes well into adulthood. And I think at the age we make those financial decisions, we are not equipped with enough information and knowledge on how to navigate those financial decisions. A lot of times our parents are not that familiar with the repercussions of those financial decisions themselves. And so I think it's super important to teach and learn about personal finances as early as possible. Thanks for watching. Please leave your comments below if you've had books that really impacted your personal financial life, and any recommendations you would have to any of the viewers of this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.